things are not getting better for Peter Pan and Wendy, especially with their whole race swapping at Tinkerbell. People see it, they're commenting on it, they realize the crap that Disney is doing, that they don't care anymore about actually, producing content that fans would enjoy, producing content for kids. No, it's about checking boxes for a bunch of whack jobs who have no interest in anything, who will not support anything you do. And yet Disney, as I've stated before, is determined to die on that hill. They don't want to stop at all. They have literally decided to go down this road and just, finish themselves off while doing it. So while they're getting roasted very well in the West, it turns out that the Japanese are also taking some pot shots at the nonsense that they're doing. At this article here, Japanese fans react to Black Tinkerbell in Peter Pan and Wendy. It hardly surprises anyone in the West to see Disney working on yet another live action film, because it's too damn much. They just keep everything is just a live action, and people fed up with it. But fans in Japan are starting to wonder about Disney's incessant need to race swap characters, with the latest being Yara Shahidi cast as Tinkerbell in Peter Pan and Wendy. This is a hit. Yeah, they keep race swapping characters, acting like it's supposed to be some kind of joke. When it is Netflix did it with their Resident Evil thing, Japan made fun of them, and rightfully so, because they race swapped Wesker, and then the show just became a giant political mess that wasn't good, wasn't making sense, and then got cancelled. You all keep being more interested in saying, let me just put in this, let me just swap in this black character for this established white character. Let's just race swap them and figure that's going to be okay. And when people call you out on it, you just call them racist. Well, let's go on and see what the Japanese people had to say. So this is what some of their comments said. Here we go again, enough already. Can we just stop expecting a movie that isn't politically correct from Disney already? Yeah, that's really it. Disney sure has fallen. Tinkerbell is like Disney's poster girl. It's shocking. I guess I'll think of it as an alternate world. Now, the thing about the Tinkerbell kind of Disney's poster girl is a kind of true statement, because whenever it is you're doing the intros, and the Disney, she doesn't really want to just fly up and just use her wand and thing with it. So she is kind of like Disney's poster girl. And that just goes to show they have no interest in just doing anything the way it's supposed to be done. No, they just out to just... That is it. This one, Disney is just prioritizing adults over providing children with dreams. It's the truth. People have watched Tinkerbell for years. They have seen Tinkerbell in movies with Peter Pan, all this sort of stuff. And nobody ever sat there and said, you know what, Tinkerbell should be black. No, nobody ever thought about that. The same way nobody ever thought that, that there should be girls in the Lost Boys. That doesn't make any kind of sense. There are established stories, and these stories have made in such a way so that children will watch them, enjoy them, adults can watch them and enjoy them. But you're not interested in that. You are literally, as they say here, prioritizing a few crackpot adults over providing children with dreams. That's it. Go on here. Okay, changing for the worse. It's too much. I'm canceling once The Mandalorian ends. Yep, I'm quitting after The Mandalorian. It's blasphemy to the original work. There was never a black fairy, so how did that happen? Okay, no, that's not entirely true. Tinkerbell was never black, but there has been a black fairy. Since here, you see this one here with Tinkerbell and her friends. Here's the black fairy right here. Let's see that one right. Yes, this is here. I think her name is Flora or something like that. I'm not 100% certain, right? But what I do know is that, I mean, if she's a sunlight fairy, yeah, so there could be movies with fairies other than Tinkerbell. It's possible. I mean, there was the one that they did. I think it was the Legend of the Never Beast, right? Yeah, and the movie had Tinkerbell in it, but it focused mostly on the Never Beast, and I believe it was one of the other fairies. I think it's this one here. Yeah, and she was with the Never Beast and stuff. So, it focused primarily on that. So you could do movies with other fairies in them if you wanted to. But no, you decided the best thing to do is to go in there and race swap Tinkerbell, because like I've been saying time and time again, it's the name that sells. They're not interested in putting on good stories. The name that sells. Once they have the name of a character, they could do whatever the hell they want. Whatever they want. Look at what they did with what Mindy Kaling did with Velma. You have the name of the character, so you can mess it up however you please. And it goes on here. This Tinkerbell must be from Wakanda. Is it really necessary to have this much diversity in the world of Peter Pan? No, it isn't. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Political correctness is whatever, but I still feel it's wrong to change the setting like that. I think it's hilarious that they're trying to show how much they care about black people, but ended up making things more racist instead. Yeah, because that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. They have no interest in showing that, they actually care about it. It's all a lie. I said that before. You could create original characters if you want. You could have done a movie with this black fairy right here if you wanted. You could have done that. You understand me? This was an original fairy that they created. You understand me? Alongside Tinkerbell, you could have done an original movie with just her in it if you wanted to. But no, you decided the easiest thing to do is to go in there, race swap Tinkerbell because the name is what sells, and then go and tell everybody, well, you know what? Because we do this, we're not racist. Meanwhile, you just embarrass yourself. So, all that stuff here, but the bottom line of it is Japan is roasting Disney for this black Tinkerbell and this Peter Pan and Wendy nonsense, and they looked for it. They could have just left well enough alone and done the movie, but no. Disney is determined to die on this hill, and this company is far from what it used to be. It's just a complete mess of what it could have been, and it's not even worth it anymore. Anybody, honestly, to even put any kind of interest in this nonsense at all. It is done. Disney should have done, and this is it, and rightfully so. People in Japan are pointing out this crap. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell. Notified every time I put out a new video. I shall see you all next time. Take care.